Hello and welcome back to the Flower Gold Wizard channel. Today's episode of In the Can is brought to you by Flower Gold Wizards and Adam over at California Gold Rush. Wait till you see what he sent us. Back in a bit. Alright, before we get started with today's episode, I'd like to show you a little guy that's been missing lately. This here is Moose. And he's been in a few episodes, but a while back he tore his darn knee, his ACL on his knee, so he's been down and out. We went ahead and had some surgery done on it, and it's been couple of weeks now, but he's doing a lot better. He's still on the leash out of the house and out of the shop, but it's nice to get him off the leash. So we got him out here. Me and Rigby are keeping him company. A few more weeks and he'll be back in action too. All right, let's get back to it. All right, first things first. Now in that package he sent me, there is some instructions. Here's the instructions. 1 PBR per item listed. Well, I went ahead and I counted them, and there's 11 items in this here pile of stuff. That's a tall order. We'll see what we can do. All right. Item number 1. 2 Flower Gold Wizards. First, I'll say, keep it coming. Your channel has become one of my favorites to watch. The humor and good nature is right up my alley. Adam and Petey. List of contents. Petey, by the way, is Adam's faithful dog companion. He never goes hardly anywhere without Petey, just like me and Rigby and the Moose there. All right, list of contents. There's a clear case right over here. Right there it is. It's got a Herkimer diamond and an amber in it. Let's go ahead and take a little closer look at that. Back in a bit. Okay, I've got my macro lens focused in on that diamond right there. That is handsome, just as crystal clear as could possibly be. There's one tiny little eeny weeny bubble down inside, air bubble or something down inside of there, but that's just fine. And that's really beautiful. And this chunk of amber is really cool too. I never had any of this stuff before. That is really neat. Let me take that camera off here and show you just how big that thing is. Look at that in my hand. So I've got my scale here. I'm gonna put this on the scale. Turn that light off. Tear that out. Throw that on there. 0.35 gram diamond. Now, I don't know what that equates to. It's probably, I don't know, $3 or $4 million or something. And I thank you for that. But that is really, really special. I know just what I'm going to do with that too. That's going to be a little surprise for a little someone I call my beautiful wife. Let's check it out. Back in a bit. All right, moving on. Next item on the list here. Random bag of cons from the van. Unknown gold. I'm sure there's a reason I kept it. Lol. And here it is right here. I would say there's probably 2 cups of material in there, and I can actually see gold when I push up on this bag. I can see pieces of gold in there. There's one right there. You know, and I've tried it on multiple spots in this bag, and there's just gold all over in it. You can see that. So that's gonna be something. We're gonna hold off on that until I look at some more of these other things. I've got some equipment set up to run that sand, so we'll come back after that. Next on the list, he sent me a snuffer for the can deposit. It says gold from a trip in Vermont, plus big black sand, pyrite, and a nail from the California mother lode. And that's what's in this snuffer jar right here. Hear that? So let's go ahead and empty that out into this black pan over here and see what we get. Back in a bit. All right, here's the contents of that snuffer bottle. Just look what's in there. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at the amount of gold he sent in there. And look at that piece. Is that something? That scale's gonna get a workout today. Holy cow. I'm gonna clean that stuff up a little bit more and dry it out and put it on my scale. And here's the big black sand he was talking about right there, a big old piece of ironstone. Now I got this little magnet here. We'll go ahead and zap that right up. Look at that. That's an excellent place to look for gold. You're finding chunks like this here, which is going to be heavier than another piece of gravel of its size. That's where you're also gonna find gold like that. Look at that, just fantastic. And this here is a piece of pyrite. It comes in cubes in certain situations, and sometimes they can just be as absolutely gold colored as can be, and just fantastic, gorgeous. I might try to sand this baby down a little bit and see what's inside of there, but it does not stick to the magnet in any shape or form. And that is really, really cool. Thank you, Adam. And he wasn't lying. Here's an old nail from the mother lode. Look at that. I mean, you wouldn't know it's from the mother lode unless you were there digging it up. So he went ahead and sent me that. Nice little keepsake. That is fantastic. So before we get started on all this other stuff, I'm going to dry this gold out in my little pan here. Throw it on the furnace, and we'll weigh that up. Back in a bit. You know, and as long as we're just waiting for our gold to dry, might as well have a little something with some beef sticks. Let me show you that gold drying over here. And over here on my furnace. And there it is. That won't take long at all. Look at all that water is just about gone out of there already. All right, our gold is dried out. Look at that. That didn't take long at all. I got my scale all set up, tear it out. First thing I want to do is get that big picker right there. Look at how easy that is to pick up. These big old meat hooks. Let me throw that on there. There it is. 0.19 gram. That is fantastic. Let me quickly throw my macro lens on there once, and we'll take a little look at that. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful piece, Adam. Thank you. That must have really been fun to find something like that. I'm jealous, but then again, here it sits in front of me, so I'm thankful for that. All right, let me set this camera down, and I'm gonna go ahead. The weight scale shut off there. Let's go ahead and turn that back on, tear it out. We're going to put that on there. And I've got my official gold scraping utensil here. We'll get that all down at the bottom. Earplugs work fantastic for scooping gold, in case you didn't know. And we'll get that on the scale here. There we are. There's a couple little minutes in there, but that's fine. Look at that, 0.91. You doggy. I bet you there's a full gram. I splashed a bunch all over down in here. There's a little bit left in the pan, and there's might be a couple of them touching that. I'm just going to stick that in my ear, though, so I always have a little bit of gold with me. But for now, here's what we're going to do. Grab this here camera. I'm going to grab this here scale. There's the can. Looks pretty clear. Look in there. Oh man, there's so much gold in there, it's not even funny. Back in a bit. All right, let's get back to the list. Okay, we've got a bunch of stones here in that package he sent. First one, polished stone out of Drift Mine, North Yuba River. And I'm going to go ahead and guess at this one right here. And I'll get it under the light a little bit. Look how nice and shiny that is. Once in a while I find some real shiny polished rocks like this around here. And it's probably, it resembles them quite a bit. So I do thank you for that. That's handsome. Real nice. And then we got some pieces of ore from Boston, silver, gold, chalcopyrite, etc., etc. Now, I don't know what those types of rocks are, but I think I know what the rest of these are. And we'll take a look. I mean, look at these babies. Let me get these over here in the light. Just look at the shine on that. That is just incredible. Incredible. Now, I don't know, how much gold, silver, and chalcopyrites in each one. I'm not that guy. But I will tell you this stuff is just beautiful. Just fabulous. Look at that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at that one. I think that one's got some gold in it for sure. It's got, more gold colored stuff. And for that, I want to take you for just a short walk right over here on my little, right here. Here's some of the stuff that I find around here. Let me get that over in that light. See how sparkly that stuff is too? It's real similar. Very, very cool. Very cool. Moving on. What do we got here? Some quartz and tourmaline. Now I'm going to guess that that's this one right here. Take a look at that baby in the light. I think it's quartz for sure. And look at that. And then we've got schist and tourmaline. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's this one right here. Schist and tourmaline. I hope I'm getting this right, Adam. Otherwise, you're going to stop texting me. And what do we got? Garnet intrusion. Boy, oh boy. That's got to be this one right here. Look at that. Is that neat? Let me flip that around. That is some kind of rock right there. Holy cow. And then we got a shark tooth looking piece. That's this one right here. That's some really neat looking stuff, Adam. Thank you very much. And that does look like a shark's tooth. Maybe I'll have to sharpen them edges up a little bit. Very cool. And then he also sent this this little package, or a little, I guess what you'd call it, just a little container, a little holder or something. Goes right around your belt. Throw your snuffer jar or, whatever in there. Half a hot dog. I don't know. So that's all extremely, extremely cool stuff. So now what I want to get to is this one here. This random stuff he just found laying in his van under his pillow or something. So to do that, I've got my royal water table set up here. We're going to run it over the water table. I don't know what kind of gold's in there. I can just see some gold, but we'll get this thing fired up. I'll set the camera up and we'll see what's in it. Back in a bit. Change of plans. That first tablespoon I ran over that water table, there's some big chunky pieces of gold in this stuff. Well, it rolled right on off of there and into there, so I'm not even going to mess around. That's what's left of that first big spoonful. So we're just going to pan the rest. It isn't all that much, like I said, a couple of cups here. But for your viewing pleasure, it's the one, it's the only, Miss Wizard. We're going to do a little panning. That's right. So, I'm going to throw some material in this blue pan for Miss Wizard, and we're going to do some panning. Back in a bit. Okay, we've got a pan set up here, so no bending over and all that stuff. We got a nice chair, and we got our material here. We'll go ahead and grab a scoop of that, like such, and throw it in that water. And we'll let Miss Wizard do a little panning. Get that down to that corner a little bit. Give her a little head start, and we'll get after it. All right, begin.
You're doing it right.
Nope, you're doing just fine. Yep, you just want to, yep, just like that. Go ahead, say it. Back in a bit.
Back in a bit.
And a little backseat driver update. Go ahead. We're doing well. She's getting the hang of it now. All right, we got that stuff all panned out. It only took 7 hours. Let's take a look. Got it in our black pan so we can see it. Go ahead and roll that back a little bit more. There's still a little bit of black sand in there, but there's like a nice amount of gold. Adam hooked us up again. So we're gonna take the gold out of there, throw it in a snuffer or my little pan, and we're gonna throw it on the furnace, and we're gonna weigh it up. Back in a bit. All right, that's going to wrap it up for Miss Wizard's episode of Flour Gold Wizards. She's out of here. What do you got to say?
See you later.
All right, we've got all that gold dried out. Let's take a little look. Got my scale ready to roll. Turn around, get that light off so we can see what's going on. All right, let's do this. Get on there. Ooh, there's a nice little piece rolled right off there, though. There, it's on there. Look at that. 0.29. Let me get the rest of this on there. There we go. 0.32 of a gram. That is fantastic. 0.34. It just keeps getting heavier. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode of In the Can. Thank you, Adam from California Gold Rush. What a treat. I've never had some of that stuff in my hands before. That Herkimer Diamond is awesome. All that stuff is just fantastic. Thank you very much. The gold that was in that snuffer is darn near a gram. I was just looking at gram mark. That went right in the can. The stuff that you had underneath your pillow there, almost a third of a gram, darn near, you know. Thank you for that too. I don't know if you even knew how much was in there. It sounds like you didn't, but that's what was in there. And if anybody else wants to send some stuff for the can, go ahead and mention it in the comments. I will get you my email address and we'll go from there. Piece of cake. And that's a wrap. So until the next episode, like, share, subscribe, and please do leave a comment. I love each and every one of them. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page. Half the money goes back to you guys in gold drawings. It's good for everybody. And Flour Gold Wizards out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, Adam.